stop being the victim, because a lot of the time we think we're the victim, and we think that, you know, when you're a victim or when you're the damsel in distress in a movie, for example, someone's coming to save you, right? The hero of the film. We all think that there's something external outside of us, someone's coming, some situation is going to change everything, but that's not how it works. It all happens in here. Welcome to Waves Unleashed, and I'm about to unleash some waves on you. A lot of the time we think, you know, if we're not reaching our goals, someone's gonna come and save us, right? No one is coming to save us. No one's coming to save you. No one's coming to save me. But this is how we're gonna save ourselves, because if you're anything like me, you can get into a very low place in your mind and you can start to catastrophize everything. You start to feel like the world is against you and that everything is going wrong, and you know, there's no hope, there's no way out. I tend to get into this mindset, but I don't want to do this, and I don't want you guys to do this either. So let's do this together. Let's get out of it together. No one's coming to save us, so we need to be able to do it ourselves. We need to rescue ourselves right now. If you've been in any type of rut, feeling negative in your mind, feeling like things are just going wrong constantly, then we're going to do this no matter what it is. Health issues, mental health issues, just generally life is just not working in your favor right now. Let's get out of this, because life is not against you. Life is exactly what you make it. I know sometimes it can feel like things are going wrong constantly and that there's a pattern and it just feels like everything is just caving in on you, but you don't need to let that be the narrative of your life. You can change the way that you view it. And before we get into the video, please subscribe, because I've noticed that sometimes I get quite a few viewers on my videos and I'm literally like, wow, like I'm helping people, because I put a lot of effort into trying to share the things that I've learned, because I genuinely do want to help people. So I'd love to see more of you subscribe. We're nearly at 500 subscribers. This was just an idea that I had in my head a few months ago, and look at me, I'm helping people now. And you can do whatever you want in this life. Just put your mind to it. No one's coming to save you. We can save ourselves. So let's get into the video. I've been in a very negative headspace lately. I've been telling myself things always go wrong. Oh, my health issues. I have a lot of health issues, which is a video I want to make completely separate to this, about everything I've been through. I feel like, especially when I have a flare up with my health issues, I tend to get very negative. I feel like, why does this always happen to me? I've been feeling very, very low, to the point where I'm telling myself, what's the point? And I've noticed I tend to think that someone's going to come and save me. But the reality is, I feel like no one in this life is going to save you. It's something I've had to realize at a young age. I've realized a lesson that I feel like I didn't need to learn this young, but I'm kind of glad I've learned it, because I think growing up, we think that, you know, if we ever get sick, the doctors will help us. But I haven't had that experience. I realized that I can either think of this as so negative and really be so hateful towards myself and life and how everything just always goes wrong, and tell myself, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? Or I can shift my mindset and say, what can I do about this? How can I look at this differently? And that's the part where you kind of have to say to yourself, how can I save myself in this situation? Because a lot of the time we think, you know, when we get ill, people are going to be there. When something terrible in our life happens, people are going to be there. Or if we're not reaching our goals, someone's going to come and save us, right? Like, there's going to be someone that's coming to help us. But that's not how life works. As hard as it is to come to this conclusion, you can either let that be the thing that defeats you in this life, and you can look at it so negatively and say, no one's coming to save me, I'm in this all alone, and be so negative in that mindset. Or you can shift it and really just look at it as, okay, no one's coming to save me, cool, no one's coming to save me. That means it's up to me to save myself, and I can do it. I can do it. I just need to believe in myself. If you believe in yourself, you will make progress, even if it seems so unattainable. Like with my health issues, I know that I can't just fix it from changing my mindset completely. There are going to be days where I'm going to have flare-ups, but I can change the way I look at this and think, okay, what are steps I can take to feel better? There are no situations that this does not apply to you. So no matter what you're going through, if you think it's the end of the world, you can save yourself. But you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that that's possible for you, and you need to understand that you are worthy. It's only going to happen when you feel that you are someone worthy enough of saving. If you don't feel like you're worthy, then of course you're not going to want to save yourself, and you're going to wait for someone else to come. But no one's coming, and we need to realize this. It's a hard truth, but let's not catastrophize it. Let's not look at it in such a negative light, and let's just think, okay, cool, what do I need to do? The first thing right now is I'm going to shift my mindset. Stop being the victim, because a lot of the time we think we're the victim, and we think that, you know, when you're a victim or when you're the damsel in distress in a movie, for example, someone's coming to save you, right? The hero of the film. We all think that there's something external outside of us, someone's coming, some situation is going to change everything, but that's not how it works. It all happens in here, and we need to be able to make that shift. So I need you to actually consciously say to yourself, do I want to be a victim, and do I want to wait for someone to come and save me, or do I want to change this in here, this mindset, which will ultimately save me? I will change the way that I act, I will change the way that I react, I will change my habits, and ultimately that will be the thing that saves saves me, not anyone else. No one else can do that for you. Only you can do that, and only I can do that for myself. So we need to make that conscious effort. Anyway, I made a few points. I'm going to go into them because we're not doing this anymore. No matter what you're going through, myself with my health issues, I know I've been in a very low place. We're not going to let that carry on anymore, and you're not going to let it carry on. We're not doing this anymore. We're not. Okay, so let's talk about the content that you create in your mind. So for example, if every day you're looking at your situation in a very negative way and you're focusing on the bad things, you're going to create content. Now it's the same with content that you engage with online and social media and the things that you consume. You are consuming your thoughts, right? Your thoughts are basically the makeup of how you view reality. So if you are thinking such negative thoughts, you're going to create that content in your life. For example, in my situation with my health issues, where I'm constantly flaring up different health issues over the years, there are days where I feel very, very negative. And I've noticed that lately the content of my mind has started to get very low based on my experiences. Now, that's not to invalidate your experiences. Your experiences are valid, and it's okay that you're reacting in whatever way that you are reacting, but you need to look at it and just say, okay, I'm reacting this way and it's clearly not doing me any favors. So how can I look at this differently and change the content of my mind? In my case, I can say, okay, that's fine. I've been ill a lot. It's not fair. What can I do? What else have I not tried? I know I've tried a lot of things, a lot of medications, a lot of health protocols, but what's the new thing I can try? I haven't tried everything, but I'm getting tired. Okay, that's fine. I validate myself. So validate yourself, but also know that just because your feelings are valid doesn't mean that you need to follow that feeling. You are valid to feel angry at a situation or frustrated, but you don't need to follow it. You don't need to follow that validation into a whole new emotion, which creates whole new content in your mind. If you say, okay, it's valid that I'm feeling this way, of course I'm frustrated, but let me take a second, whatever time I need, and I'm going to come out of this. I'm not going to go into this and get deeper and deeper into this. I'm going to save myself now and change the way I look at this. So have an alternative way that you're going to look at every situation, no matter how negative it is, no matter how bad it's getting, no matter how often you feel like you're being pushed down every time you get up. You need to change the way that you're seeing it. I'm not going to give up. That is where you will not save yourself, when you give up. We're not going to do that here. No matter how hard it gets, we don't do that. We keep going and we save ourselves. We rescue ourselves. Even if sometimes you rescue yourself and then you get pulled back by the hardships of life and then you've got to go ahead and save yourself all over again. It's a journey, it's a cycle. So let's just keep going, keep saving ourselves. Whatever situation you're going through, if you're feeling like, you know, I don't know what to do with my life, or I feel unmotivated, I feel depressed, what's your plan of action? And now that leads me to my next point. I'm very heavy about this on this channel. I love a plan of action. I love a list. I love routines. I love goals. I think this can really wake up your mind. This can really change your mindset when you try to romanticize things that are hard. If you want to help yourself, if you want to rescue yourself from whatever emotions you're in right now, try to create a new routine. And that means building new habits. What can we do to make ourselves feel better? Can we go out for more walks? Can we be listening to more podcasts, reading, researching how we can feel better? Can we be doing more movement? Something I did last night that was such a small little habit that I implemented. I felt so down. I felt honestly depressed because of all my health issues. I just, you know what, put on music in my room and I blasted the speakers and I just danced, and I didn't care how silly I looked. I literally moved around. I looked so, you can even watch the short of it. I filmed it. It's so freeing. It got the emotions out of my body. Sometimes the emotions are so pent up and we don't know where to put them. Get them out in the music. Listen to music. No one's watching you. You're not cringe. You're healing yourself. You're letting those emotions out. So find something that's going to help you to release those emotions, because you're not going to feel like you're worth saving if those negative emotions are just all pent up. So find something. And I recommend movement. Generally, I think getting outside for walks, listening to music, try to listen to more positive music. If you need to listen to sad music, cry, come back and listen to some happy music as well. Do a workout, get outside in nature. I know all these things we hear, but it generally does help. And you need to also be taking in content that's going to motivate you. Like, I just watched a video on YouTube, a bunch of clips of different people talking, you know, quotes and, you know, just motivational speaking, and it generally uplifted me. I didn't even want to film this video because I felt so tired, I felt so ill, I didn't want to come up on camera, but I forced myself, did it. After listening to that content, it literally motivated me to, you know, do it. So sometimes you need to just be taking in motivational content like this, for example, like other people's videos. So many amazing videos on this platform. Take in actual content that's going to help you, not just like all this short form content that is just not doing anything for you, that you didn't even ask to see, but it's part of algorithms. Try to take in content that's actually going to make you feel good, and you know that deep down a part of you wants to hear, that's going to uplift you, because that will help you to become more motivated. Sometimes it is a bit of discipline. I still didn't feel like it after listening to that video, but it motivated me to be disciplined. So then I come up on camera and now I'm motivated because I'm talking to you guys and I'm thinking about editing this and how this might impact someone, and even if it helps only one one person, and that's already, you know, a cycle of just motivating you. And make sure that you are creating a plan of how you're going to, you know, consume better content, implement better habits, do things that are better for your mind. Okay, so another thing that I want to say is that when it comes to saving yourself, you need to understand that it's one step at a time. Every day is baby steps, and sometimes, like I said, you might fall back, you might take some steps backwards, and then you'll take some steps forwards. But you need to understand that you're not just going to completely heal and feel better in one day or even 1 week. Sometimes there'll be periods where you'll go really good, you'll feel great, and then other times you'll go really low. So even though right now it might feel like you've taken a few steps back, you're actually more ahead than you were in the past. You started here, right? But then you started taking some steps forward, but now you've taken a few steps back. You're still more forward than you were when you started there. So it's a process. There will be days where you will be very, very ahead of where you were in the past, and there'll be some days where you're only a few steps ahead. But either way, you're still ahead, even if it's only one step. I think that by understanding it's a process, you're going to be more compassionate with yourself when you do take some steps back. And you can now look at this whole big picture and say, you know what? I know things are hard, but I am still worthy. It's all part of the journey. If every time that you take some steps back, or you fall back, or you might be even more behind than you were before, or a lot behind, you might look at it and be like, wow, like I'm not going anywhere. Look, this always happens. What's the point? Like the thoughts that I've been having with my health, or the thoughts that you've been having with whatever situation you're going through. But if you look at it differently and say, look, this is actually predictable, this is part of life, this is something that will happen. I will take steps forward and I will take steps back, but either way, whatever part I am on the journey, wherever I am, I always deserve compassion, and I'm always worth saving. I'm always worth showing up for myself and getting across that bridge, no matter how many times it takes. Even if you've taken steps back, you're still more ahead in the journey of life. You might not be more ahead getting across that bridge, but you've learned so much along the way. So in a way, you've made progress already, because you're learning more and more what helps you get across that bridge, what helps your mindset. So take it as a lesson, even if it doesn't feel like a lesson and it just feels like a curse, like my health issues. How can I spin that? You know, it's not my fault. I don't deserve this. Of course, these are the thoughts I'm getting. But then if I change my mindset and think, okay, I want to help people, so maybe I need to go through this to be able to actually fully understand people and be compassionate and know how to show up in the world. This has grown. I've grown so much from the things that I've been through. I stopped a lot of bad habits just from going through these health issues in the past few years, because it really woke me up to what I want my life to be. I implemented a lot of great habits. I changed my mindset. I changed my personality. I know a lot of people that are older that have not been through things that I've been through, and that's not to say they've not been through their own struggles, but the struggles that I've been through are not things that typically you would go through at my age, and maybe I'm meant to go through that to help people. Or even if I'm not meant to and you don't believe in any of that, I am meant to, because I'm deciding I'm meant to. So decide what it means for you and show up with that and say, I'm worth putting in the effort for myself to make myself feel better, because you are worth it and I am worth it. So I just wanted to make this video for you guys, because I feel like genuinely we're not going to let anything hard that happens to us, any of these, you know, setbacks, these steps back, affect us and make us feel like we're not worthy of saving, because you are worthy of showing up for yourself every single day. You are worthy of trying, no matter how many times you fall down, even if you feel like there's no point anymore. Because trust me, I know what it feels like to think that, well, there's no point anymore. What's the point? Why does this keep happening to me? You decide if you want that to be you, because no one's coming to save you, so you need to do this yourself. Now, we can help each other, of course, like watching videos like these and other creators where we're trying to uplift each other. Yes, we're helping each other, but at the end of the day, the person who's going to help you the most is you. So I believe in you so much. And if this video helped you in any way, please subscribe, because I just want to help people. Genuinely, I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I don't just make these videos just to talk. Like, I genuinely want to help people. Even when one person says, this helped me, it means so much to me. So please subscribe if you want to become a better version of yourself. I used to be lazy, now I'm wavy. So welcome to Waves Unleashed, and I've just unleashed some waves on you.